So what we want to do next is we want to find out what your brain and your body are doing in the neutral state. Okay. So for a moment, what we're doing is we're working on this chart here. Now you can choose to fill in the panda bear, or you can choose to fill in the section over here. I've put this on the right hand side because it feeds the information from the right eye into the left brain. And I've put the panda on the left hand side because that feeds the information into the right brain. It's the same information in both places, but it's more visually satisfying one way or the other. Okay, so whether you're on the screen or whether you're listening by phone, we've got quite a lot of participants right now from different parts, and a lot of people are tuned in through an alternative route which you didn't get information about because you were just getting information by email. And okay, so when we're ready, what we want to do next is we want to just pick a neutral space. Just take an ordinary day when you're not stressed, when you're not worried, when you're not upset, just an ordinary moment in an ordinary day. Maybe you're having your breakfast, maybe you're having something, and just stand up and think about that for a moment. And when you stand up and do that, what I want you to do then is I want you to check all of these different places. So I want you to check your ear. Just touch your ear. And when you touch your ear, we'll start with the right hand side. Just see, does your body go backwards or forwards? And whatever it is, just mark that down or record it for yourself in some way. And then let's check the other side. And once again, you either go forward or you go backwards when you touch it, while you're in this neutral state. So if both of them have been switched on, then you can put a mark in the box for both. So just there. Okay. Now we can check the eyes, and we check your eyes and how well they are for supporting you from moment to moment on an ordinary day in a neutral state. So just put your finger underneath one eye. And as you do so, you'll either sway forwards or backwards. Excellent. And then check the other eye, and you'll either sway forwards or backwards. Then we're going to check which side of your brain is working best for you in an ordinary neutral day. Is it going to be this side of your brain? Or is it this side of your brain? And most of us will find that there's only one side switched on. One eye, one ear, one hand, one foot. Next, we've checked the two sides of the brain. The next we want to check is your hands. So just touch your hand like this and notice that your body sway forwards or backwards. If it sways forward, you mark it in. We're only interested in the things that are switched on. And then you check the other hand and you mark it down. Excellent. Well done. Now we're going to the legs. So all you want to do here is you want to put your hand to your leg and touch your leg, and then let your leg down again, and your body knows what to do. You will either sway forwards or backwards. And then you touch the other leg, and once again your body will know what to do, and you will sway forwards or backwards. Next we come to the 3 single circles in the center of the panda on the screen, or if you're watching there you can see the 3 big golden circles in the center. And this one here represents the bridge between the left and the right hand side of your brain. So if you put your hand like that across the top of your head and just notice, so you need to stand again and just notice how it feels. And if you're going forward, that means there's a good connection between your left and your right hand side of your brain. Next, we want to put your fingers just underneath your lips, just like this. And when you have your fingers there, once again, just stand up and see, does your body sway forwards and backwards? How does it sway? And this indicates how well your mouth is running. You know, sometimes you feel like your mouth hasn't been in gear. You have said things and you wish you hadn't said them. That's because your mouth wasn't connected up to the sides of your brain that give you the self-control over what you're saying. And finally, I want to check your heart. And this is not a check of your physical heart, but your emotional heart. We have a ticking heart over here in the chest, and that gives and receives blood, and it's a reciprocal heart. So whatever goes in comes back out again. But you have a heart in the center here, and it's actually called the thymus gland, and it has the shape of the heart that you see on the Valentine's cards. And that one there is the one that's full of hope, it's full of joy, it's full of love. So when you are ready, I'd like you to just put your hand there and touch the center of your chest, maybe 3 buttons from the top, 2 to 3 buttons from the top, from my shirt. So I'm coming down 1 button there, 2, this is the 3rd button, just about there. And when you touch there, do you sway forwards, do you sway backwards? And if you're swaying forwards, that means that there's no major issue that's blocking your heart at the moment. Your heart is open, you're ready for change, you're ready for love, you're ready for all the nice things in life. And what we'd like to do is to set a simple goal. So, you know how your concentration is at the moment. You wouldn't be here if it was perfect. Right? So, let's set a goal of doubling the amount of time that you can concentrate for, and doubling the depth and the quality of your concentration this evening. And in this training, what I will be doing with you is giving you simple techniques that change the inside wiring, the organization inside in your brain and in your body, that make it possible for you to eliminate the distractors and to focus your attention into that space that we call the focus zone, which is that space just in front of your body, just there. And in that space is where we hold a book, we have a newspaper, it's where we drive, it's where we knit, it's where we cook. This is our focus zone. And when you're able to concentrate all your energy in here, we say you have deep concentration, you have good concentration. When you can stay concentrating or focusing on that space for long periods of time, then you say you have excellent concentration. So I'm hoping that you will have excellent concentration before the evening is done. So, what I'd like to do next is I'd like to get you to stand up and to state a goal and find out what happens to your body when you state your goal. Okay, so the goal will be, my goal is to easily, now let's make it easy, because when you make it easy, this part of your brain here, which hates any stress, any hassle, any struggle, it really, if there's going to be any effort involved, it's going to say, no, I'm not involved, I'm not getting involved, I'm not going to do it. And it's why you get a child who'll say no, and they mean no with a stubborn no. This part of your brain here operates like that stubborn 2-year-old who will say no, or teenager who will say no, and they mean no. So this area here, if you can say it's going to be easy, it's going to be good for you, it's going to be relaxing, it's going to be fun, if you can entice them to participate, then it makes it possible for you to go ahead and actually achieve the goal. But unless you can get this area of your brain involved, it's going to be much more difficult to get full participation of your brain and your body. Then we want to tell the brain that it's going to be fun. because if it's going to be fun and something that you will like, then the midsection of your brain here, which deals with the emotions, which deals with the actual movement and the achievement of the goal, this area will become involved. So if the middle section of your brain is involved and the back section of your brain is involved, then we can achieve the goal much more easily. The actual goal that you want, the statement that you want, double my concentration, that's an intellectual scenario that we want to achieve. And that's focused, that basically comes from here, from the front part of your brain. And you wouldn't know you needed to do that unless you had this area of your brain switched on. A little bit. But what we want to do is to switch it on more fully. And we want to get all parts of your brain and the full of your body, legs, hands, the whole lot involved, so that you can have total body participation in the process of concentrating. Because if you do, then you won't have your senses interfering with you, you won't have your emotions blocking you, you won't have the physical environment impinging on you and blocking you from concentrating and staying focused. And you're going to find that life is a lot easier, a lot simpler. So what we're going to do next is we're going to help you to just set that goal. So the wording that I often use is I easily and happily double my concentration by 9 o'clock this evening. So if you set that goal right now, just see what happens. I'm standing at the edge of the screen so that you can see me move forward or not. Okay, so just state it out loud for yourself. Nobody's listening to you. Everybody's going to be talking at the same time. I easily and happily double my concentration by 9 p.m. this evening. And if your body swayed forward like mine did, then we need to make that slightly more challenging. We all want that, that's why we're here. But if you swayed forwards, it means that it's already in your comfort zone. It's something that you can achieve already. So now what we need to do is we need to make it slightly more challenging for me and for anybody else who went forward when they stated the goal. And to do that, we just think about some stressor that might have blocked us between now and 9 o'clock from developing that level of concentration. We might get hungry, we might develop a pain, we might get thirsty, we might run out of blood sugar, we might have 1,000 different things, like a neighbour might call to the door and stop you from attending, or whatever it might be. But in spite of all these obstacles, I'm going to double my concentration by 9 p.m. this evening. If you can, I easily and happily double my concentration by 9 p.m. this evening in spite of any interruptions. And now I'm no longer going forward. Does that make sense? A thumbs up will do. Yeah, if it makes sense, good. I'm getting some thumbs up, that's good. And those people on the phone, obviously you're not going to be giving me thumbs up, or if you are. So what we're doing next is we want to find out what the state of play is in your body now that you've stated that goal. So once again, we're going to check the ears, we're going to check the eyes, the brain, the hands, the legs, we're going to check the brain bridge, we're going to check the mouth and the heart. And when we've all of these checked, we're going to know what your body state is like now. And it's going to be different, I can guarantee you that. It will not be the same as it is when it's neutral. So when you're ready, just stand up once again and put your finger to one ear. You don't have to keep stating the goal, your body knows that you've stated this goal and this is what you're at the moment. The body is far more intelligent than you might have thought. Okay, when you touch that ear, are you going forwards or backwards? And then touch the other ear, and are you going forwards or backwards? Excellent. And you just find out and you mark it down on the sheet. We're only interested in things that are working good for you, that are switched on, that are working well for you. So when you're ready, we'll then check the eyes. Like can see some of you have gone ahead of me on the video because this is fairly straightforward. Right? And then check the other eye and notice which way do you sway. Check your brain one side at a time and find out do you go forward or do you go backwards, and then check the other side and just write down each time, write down, because it's very easy to get confused after a few moments of doing this. And then when you're ready, check your hands and find out which hand is bringing you forward, which one is bringing you back, or are they both switched off or whatever. And then touch the leg once again. And your body will either sway forwards or backwards. Excellent. Finally, we're working on the brain bridge. And you want to find out, does that cause your body to go forwards or to go backwards? And when you're ready then, go to the heart. So just place your hand on your heart there and see you going forwards or backwards. And finally, we want to check your mouth. Okay, and in that case, my mouth was switched off, whereas earlier in the neutral state, I was switched on. And throughout the whole of that there, I was noticing that I was in a different state. My brain and my body were in a different state. So, that's where we are right now. Now what I'd like to do is give you an activity, a simple activity to do, that will switch on all of your brain, all of your body simultaneously. So that when we come back to check it, we're going to find in the goal empowered state, when we go to the next screen, right, when we go to this one here, I should be able to find the yellow one here in a moment. Yes, if we go to the yellow one, that we are empowered to actually do it, and everything is switched on. So what we will be finding is that everything is both, and gold all the way down along here. Your brain bridge, your mouth and your heart will all be switched on. But to get there, we need some simple activities. Maybe one activity, maybe more. I'm monitoring the people that I can see on screen, and I'm noticing how well they're actually responding and how things are changing for them. So, what I'd like to do next is I'd like to show you a simple activity